Welcome to our lunch for I can't say it, Digitized Wonder Women. We'd like to introduce you, welcome you all, and introduce ourselves. This is our innovation project that has been in the making during a year, actually 6 months. And we are all Google innovators. We met in the Google cohort in Sweden in 2017. And I have my partners in crime, Sabrina and Sandy here, who will introduce themselves now. So Sabrina, go ahead.
Hey, thanks. So I'm Sabrina. I am currently living in Barcelona, but I'm originally from Argentina. I met these two lovely ladies in the Swedish cohort, like Isabel was just explaining. Right now I work as an instructional designer and a Google trainer and doing some design thinking, coaching, facilitating on the side as well. And yeah, that's basically it. Let's hear from Sandy.
Yeah, hi. I'm originally from England. I've lived in Sweden for 7 years, and now I live in Italy teaching IT and design to students in the high school there. And yes, like Sabrina and Isabel said, met you lovely ladies at the Sweet 17 last year, and I'm glad I did, because we wouldn't have been here launching our project if we weren't together.
Exactly. And my name is Isabel. I live in Malmö, but I am originally from Spain. I moved here in 2001. I am currently working as an IT adoption manager / educator for a Google partner here in Scandinavia. So what I mainly do all my days is go around schools, teach teachers how to use Google tools in their teaching, and hopefully inspire them to innovate and embrace new technologies in their pedagogical narrative. And was really lucky to get into Google's innovator project. And I'm thankful because, as I said, this whole thing came about basically after meeting Sandy and Sabrina otherwise. And thankful I met them because my project died. This was not my original project. So it was great meeting them, and we talking to each other, we realized that something like this was necessary. So that's a little bit about us. And I'm sure that you're wondering, what is Digitized Wonder Women? It's a very catchy name, I know. But Digitized Wonder Women came about, basically, we are all working within IT and EdTech in different areas, different places, and different levels. And once in every single level, we realized that there is a shortage of strong female leaders. Not necessarily within digital environment or areas, but just leadership as a female is very, very badly represented within EdTech and IT in schools. So we just started discussing this, and that's how we decided that we needed to create somewhere where we could all meet and celebrate these women that exist already. My two spotlights, or the two people that sent me or pushed me to become or to join the Digitized Wonder Women is Sandy and Sabrina. Without them, we wouldn't even started this, or I wouldn't have joined. We wouldn't have been here. But celebrating and creating an area or a space where these women can be seen might, in our opinion, inspire other women to join them, because these two women are my inspiration. So that's a little bit what Digitized Wonder Women is. And we're having different type of activities. For example, Sabrina, can you tell them about our feature Digitized Wonder Woman? What is that?
Exactly. So the idea is that twice a month we'll be able to feature different women doing awesome things in education. And as Isabel was explaining, not necessarily connected to EdTech. We do want to do things that are digital, but most definitely we want to give a voice to those women who are doing awesome things in education in general. So once a month, we want to have a newsletter as a kind of outreach activities where we feature a digital Wonder Woman, a digitized Wonder Woman, sorry. And we basically ask them a few questions, questions that can inspire other females, to take the plunge and decide to start doing things themselves. Or if they feel kind of lonely in their communities and they would like to have some sort of mentorship, or have someone to ask for advice, or guidance, just like we did. Because one of the things that I like, when we were introducing ourselves, we were saying where we come from and where we live. We come from very different backgrounds. We come from very different cultures. And this is what we want to create. We want to create a global community where people can showcase the things they do and get some inspiration. So every month in your inbox, if you fill out the form, you can find the link in the description below. So if you fill out that form, you will get a newsletter right into your inbox, featuring someone from across the globe, doing some interesting things. And that can be like an inspiration for you to start out your own project, maybe, or to, it's just a little push to get started with something you want to do. Or maybe one day get featured in one of our newsletters yourself. Why not?
And then, Sandy, can you tell them about our Digitised Wonder Woman of the Month?
Yeah, so that's when we would have a woman who would come in, would chat with us about her experience, her leadership, her passion, how she works with IT in her community, in her job, and from there encourage other women leaders or women in technology, and talk about how they can cross that hurdle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, beautiful. And then on top of that, or alongside it, what we are creating, we're hoping to create is a community where you can find people or Digitized Wonder Women near you, so that you can meet them and talk to them and be inspired by them. Because each country has different hurdles and different barriers for your professional development as a female leader. So we're hoping to connect these people and to help each other and support each other. Because as I said, without my two Digitized Wonder Women, I would not be here, because when things seemed difficult and I wasn't really finding the light at the end of the tunnel, they would help me and coach me and push me in a very pleasant way forward to find who I was going to be in the future. So that's what we're also trying to do. So alongside the newsletter and our YouTube channel and our Digital Wonder Woman of the Month, we also have a website, which is www.digitisedwonderwoman.com. And there we will be featuring, or we will be linking our featured newsletter there. And there will be a blog, and you can get in contact with us and find a little bit more about what Digital Wonder Woman is actually all about.
Right.
But the main thing is, yes, Sabrina, sorry.
No, I was thinking that, you can be part of the community yourself, but the form also includes a question where you can actually nominate someone. So if you know a colleague of yours, a friend of yours, back home that is doing great things in a tech and who you think could inspire someone else to do great things, you can please nominate them, and we can then feature them in a blog or as part of the live hangouts that we're doing. So originally we are starting in English because, it's the language that the three of us share, but maybe in the future we will be able to even move on to other languages as well for those who are not able to join us through this.
Just as we're generally talking and we've talked about our past, it's really incredible to see how we started off with our projects and where we ended up.
Yeah.
I certainly say that both you, Sabrina, and Isabel have been my mentors in achieving my goals and coming this far. And also hope to, we carry on and build a very good network women, men, everyone, and be part of this community where we can inspire each other.
Yeah, because I think that, we kind of hinted at it throughout the whole conversation, but something that the three of us have in common was that we were working on our personal projects for the Innovation Academy, and for different reasons, they were either not working or they, kind of sort of hit a block, and they were not just moving forward. And at the same time, we were lacking a bit of mentoring and support. So the funny thing is that we turned to each other for this. And I would really like that for other women to experience the same thing, to be part of a community where, when they feel stuck, they can reach out and ask for help to the broad community, to their local community, to people who they might end up discovering that there's someone 2 kilometers away from their house doing something super inspiring, and they can get together. And maybe, you're trying to get your project launched, and it's really hard to do so when you are by yourself. So if you are part of a community, you get that support that we are offering each other. And say that we were both your mentors, but I think we can all agree that we have mentored each other through the whole process without even meaning to, I guess. So there's a lot of people out there who might be going through the same thing, not because they're doing an innovation project, but because they're trying to innovate within their classes. They're trying to try new stuff, to bring new activities, new strategies in their classroom. So, when you feel that you're part of something bigger, that will give you that final push that you need, the nice push you were talking about, but a final push in the end.
Exactly. And we, even before we started this our innovation project, the Digitised Wonder Women movement, we were still helping each other in our own personal projects. When we realized that it wasn't going to move any further, that's when we started maybe discussing another option. And that is, we were all lucky or unlucky to have not very present mentors, but the discussions that we had amongst us led us to think that something like this, where you can find someone that can help you both find the leader within yourself, or help you develop your profession in a professional plane, give you the tools maybe to innovate the way you're working or innovate yourself. We found that within us, so we wanted to invite other people to join us and find it within other people around them. Yeah. And the Digitized Wonder Women that we are featuring or honoring at this moment in time it's people that we have met and that have created an impact in us. And that's why we want other people to be impacted by these individuals. So as Sabrina said, if you know someone that has impacted you and you want to nominate them, please do so. The more the merrier.
Yeah. And I was thinking also that it is highly important that we consider the power of representation. There's a lot of women out there who are doing fantastic things in EdTech, but they do not go to big events. They do not take part of innovator gatherings, or they don't take part in panels of discussions. So we want to start also creating a movement where you feel comfortable enough to pursue those dreams, and get more women out there, because, we don't need to give them a voice. They already have the voice. We just need to give them a platform where they can share what they know and maybe build up that confidence to apply for that discussion panel or that Innovator Academy or that whatever it is that they want to apply for. So again, growing that leader in you.
I read recently that men apply to jobs when they only meet 60% of the criteria, whilst women, we do not apply for a job if we do not fit the bill completely. That's if we're not 100% certain that we meet the criteria. So I think this whole Digitized Wonder Woman is trying to make women understand that not being perfect is not really what we're aiming at. Is being the best perfect you, or the best you, and the best you is good enough to do all the other things that you might not think that you're not able to do that. So it's awakening that leader within you. And when I read these numbers, I sat down and I thought about how many times I haven't applied for a job because I didn't have those 10 years experience, or I was like lacking that specific certificate that they were looking for, or because otherwise I've met all the criteria, but it was just that little thing that made me doubt. And instead of getting a no, I just didn't apply. So I want to help women, instead of saying, nah, better safe than sorry, just send a no is a no. What can I do? But part of our whole Digital Wonder Women of the month, we'll be interviewing these Digitized Wonder Women. And we thought that we can start off interviewing ourselves a little bit. So I'm going to throw out a question, and you can fight to answer it if you want. No, you don't have to. But so shall we start with, what is your superpower?
Who's going first? Sabrina?
No, Sandy. Well, I can go. I don't mind. So I think that one of my superpowers would be sometimes it feels like a hindrance, but well, I get this, the possibility, the ability to empathize with people and try to, look at their needs or what they might be lacking and try to give them a hand. So, just try to guess what they need in advance before they even ask for it. So I think it's one of the things, I really pay attention to whether people, are kind of chilly or they're not following what I'm saying if I'm doing a training. So I think empathy would be my superpower.
Okay, Sandy, what is your superpower?
Multitasking, I think. I know they say women can multitask, but I think for this time, I could say multitasking, because I'm living in Italy with my son while my daughter managing the family together and the job, and with my daughter's final year before she goes to university. It's hard. It's like the mother role and the showing my passionate role as a teacher and doing the Google project, keeping my 13-year-old son under control.
That's a full-time job.
Yeah. So that one.
Definitely a superpower.
Yeah.
And my superpower is to give the impression that I know what I'm doing. I think that there's this. I saw a TED talk about a woman that she was a surgeon, and she had an accident, and she forgot everything, and she was starting to do it, and everybody was just taking for granted that she would remember everything because she had been so awesome. So she felt like she had this amazing imposter syndrome. Though she wasn't doing any surgeries, she still had her function in the hospital. And she felt that, like, the imposter syndrome, I am not the person that I was. But everybody was taken for granted that she was the person that she was. So at the end, she became the person that she was expecting, that they were expecting her to be. So I think that's my superpower, when I can, like, make people believe that I actually know what I'm doing. And as they believe in me, after a while, I become that person that they're believing in. So the imposter syndrome becomes not the imposter syndrome, it becomes actually me. Mm-hmm. So I think that is my superpower. And it's really good when I'm in meetings and they're talking about HTTPS or coding. I'm going, yeah, absolutely, got you there. I go home and Google it, but they didn't know I didn't know it. So that is my superpower.
We can call it the Isabel.
Next question. When did you realize you were becoming a digitized Wonder Woman? And we'll start with you, Sandy.
Well, as part of our project.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I would have to say is when, so with Google, we have to log in every 3 months, every quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And then it come to a point where I was like, haven't done anything, haven't done anything. And then it's like, you know, I think I got in touch with you, Isabel, and it was just starting to think, you know, I just don't have the support. I just don't know who to turn to. Why are women so underestimated in IT? I can code, I can do apps events, I can do this and I can do that. But why do majority men are our first in line and then the women follow? And I think it was like, you know what, I think that's what we need to do. We need to promote women in IT. And I think that's when, with my multitasking, I was like, you know, I'm a Wonder Woman. And Digitised, I think it was just a random name we were talking about, came up with. It was like, yeah, I like that.
When did you, Isabel, realize that you had become a DWW?
I think it was before we started with the project itself. I think it was mainly when I left my work, and I worked as a teacher before. When I left that in my high school, and I started working with IT a little bit more like hardcore, no real teaching, just training. That I was able to understand what they were saying, and then all the personal development that I've had within, like, first I was a Google certified educator level 1, level 2, then I became a trainer, and then I got accepted into the innovator camp. It was like, it was amazing. Best 3 days of my life.
Yeah.
Don't tell my husband. And I realized, I went back to my school and I was talking to my former boss and my workmates, and they just looked at me in awe. And I said, Jesus, Isabel, you have developed so much. I mean, you were good before, but you are super now. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not that bad. So I think in that moment, I realized that I had achieved much more than I had even considered. And therefore, I was a Digitized Wonder Woman. Mm. And you, Sabrina?
I think I would go with, well, I moved here to Spain about 2 years ago for many different reasons, but one of them was because I wanted to grow, both professionally and personally. And I keep a diary. I am not very respectful of it. I try to keep a diary. That's actually the expression I should use. I try to keep a diary. And, you know, I try to keep a record of things that I do, because I do notice, you know, the imposter syndrome affects us all. So about a few months ago, I was kind of rereading through my old entries and realized, you know, when you see things in black and white, they have a different power. I realized the growth that I've had over the very few months that I've been here. And honestly, it sounds a bit cliche, but it kind of really exceeded my expectations. I had come with, you know, a certain level of expectations, and this was way more. And I kind of looked back in time, so to speak, and, you know, realized that I had come a long way, and I had, you know, achieved many more things that I had planned to do. So I think that's when I kind of realized, you know, I'm on the right track, and I want to keep on. I want to stay on this track. I want to keep growing, and I want to keep, you know, developing as a professional. I want to keep helping people adopt certain tools. I love training. This is what I like doing. So I don't want to go back to the old life that I had. Not because it was bad, but it's just, you know, I kind of outgrown it in a way. So I think that was basically that moment.
And we'll take the last and final question before we start winding up. And I think
we've got one viewer online, and has just asked a question. Said, I'm not great with digital things. I'm embarrassed how bad I am. Will you ladies help me?
I think the community will help you.
Absolutely. The community will help you and will guide you along the way, whatever you may need or want. So it's just to join us. And if you are embarrassed to tell us here and now, you can contact us, and you can follow us through Twitter, or you can contact us through our website. So let us know what you need help with, and we'll find you, or we will help you. And if we can't help you, we'll find someone that can help you a little bit nearer you. Yeah.
Because it's not how good you are in IT, it's how much you want to develop yourself.
Exactly. So yeah, I think we should start wrapping up with.
Yeah.
All right.
So next time we meet, next time we do a YouTube live, a Hangout live, I never know how to call these things.
Yeah.
Event. We'll be interviewing one of our coaches from the Google Academy. Her name is Mette Haddis, and she was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Sabrina, she was yours?
Yay, she was mine.
So can you tell us why we have chosen her as a Digitised Wonder Woman of the month?
She has got to be the sweetest person in Denmark, first off. In one of my moments of desperation, I just reached out to her when I was freaking out on my project. And she was kind enough to give me some feedback, spend some time with me on the Hangout. She was super nice through the whole academy. I really admire her a lot. I think she has this ability of, projecting a lot of confidence and calm as well. And I think she has inspired me quite a lot. Mette, you should know that. But I think she will inspire a lot of people as well. So I think it's a great way of starting. She does great work back in her country. And well, we'll get to learn a bit more about that in the next session, which is going to be on the 28th of November. We've decided to have these live sessions the last Wednesday of every month, so to keep track of it. Same time, same place, kind of.
Exactly.
But that's basically why I kind of suggested Mette, and she had the same impact, I think, in the rest of you. That's why we agreed that she will be a great way to start off with these.
And I think if you have been chosen to become a Google Innovator, there's going to be a bootcamp, I think, in Copenhagen now in November.
Yeah.
Or is it December? And she is one of the coaches there. So you might be lucky enough to meet her in person. She works in Aarhus, a municipality in Denmark, and she has made an extreme impact in her municipality. And she'll be telling us a little bit about that.
Yeah.
And Sandy, can you? Oh,
no,
sorry. No. What were you saying, Sabrina?
No. I just to wrap up. We have 1 more minute left, so I want to be respectful of people's time. So I think we can finish off by just telling people about what we're doing next time and just our general thoughts on the project.
What are you on the? When is the newsletter coming out?
The next newsletter is coming mid-November. We're trying to keep it as a surprise, so when you get into your inbox, you will get to know the featured Woman of the Month. We're going to have some other information about how to join, how to be part of the community, the social media where you can follow us. And that's basically, mid-November. So if you want to get your newsletter in your inbox, you need to sign up and be part of the community.
Great. Any parting thoughts, Sabrina? How's the weather over there?
Sandy? Me?
Weather. What did you say? Sorry.
Any parting thoughts, Sandy?
No. Have good spirit. Wonder Women. Digitized Wonder Women are here.
And Sabrina?
I really hope that this community this movement we're trying to make. I know Mette showed us this great video of the first follower. there's always a crazy guy trying to start a movement, and he just needs people to follow. So we're just 3 women out there, right, dancing on Halloween of all days to do a launch.
Which is this week?
3 witches. No, one of them is called Sabrina.
Ah,
Yeah.
So I think, no, honestly, I think that I'm really passionate about starting this movement, because I think that it's really needed out there. There's a lot of people who are doing fantastic things, and they just need a place to get inspiration, to get some mentorship, to get guidance, to get support, to get anything, you know, what we can offer. So I'm really hopeful, and I really hope that this, you know, can help other women. Just as this mini community that we've created between the 3 of us has helped me. So that's basically it.
Perfect. So we'll see each other again on the 28th. And next time we'll have Mette. Mette is watching us right now. So hi, Mette.
Hey, Mette.
And we will let you to get on with your trick-or-treating. And we'll try not to get, I'll try not to get my house egged by kids because I don't have any candy. Once again, thank you all for watching, and see you next month.
Bye-bye.